So I'm here to do a pregnancy update video. I am currently 27 weeks and 3 days. It is the 7th of June. So I haven't done one of these yet. And I don't intend on doing them weekly, and I am not going to show you my bump or I'm not going to show you my naked belly because that's not happening. But I just wanted to update, basically. So, first, my due date is September the 3rd. So yeah, 27 weeks and 3 days today. Symptom wise, I am exhausted. Pretty tired. I'm really productive in the mornings and around lunchtime, and then afternoons it starts to go downhill. Evenings are just a wash pretty much. I've been getting incredibly bad restless legs. So about 5 o'clock in the evening that starts, and the only surefire way to get rid of them for me is to have a bath and then go to bed. I don't have to go to sleep, but to go to bed. And I can't do that because my husband doesn't come home till 6:45 most nights, and so I've got to look after the boys, obviously. So the boys have dinner at 5 and they don't go to bed till 7, so that 2-hour slot there has been a little bit difficult. I discovered yesterday, is it yesterday? Yeah. If I kept moving from like 5 till 6, half 6, the restless legs weren't as bad. So I think what I'm going to have to try and do is be productive in the morning and take a break in the afternoon, so that then in the early evening I can get going again, because I just don't have the energy to keep going all day. So yeah, the restless legs are getting really bad. I have backache, back pain. I have got pelvic issues. I've had them since I was pregnant with my eldest, Isaac, and they've never gone away. They just get worse for me during pregnancy. This last pregnancy, Benedict's pregnancy, they were awful from like 6 weeks. This time, they've not been too bad. Fingers crossed. They are worse in the evening. By the time their bedtime rolls around, I need to sit down, but they have actually been a lot more manageable than they have ever been before. The way I manage them is that pretty much as soon as the boys are in bed, I go to my bed. I don't go to sleep, but I sit in my bed. I have a pregnancy pillow which goes around my back and down the sides, and I can get into a comfy position. Sitting on a sofa, struggling to get comfortable. I have also developed a new symptom since I was 25 weeks, so for 2 weeks now, and that is itching. Like, I am itchy. Really itchy. So I've had bloods taken, which I will hopefully get the results of soon, but I am incredibly itchy all over, like my feet and my legs. It's just awful. I have slightly swollen feet and ankles, but very slight. You can't even tell. My hands aren't swollen at all. I can still get all the rings on that I normally can. I don't tend to get very swollen hands. Like, I've never had to take off my engagement ring. I wasn't married when I had Isaac, but I never had to take off my engagement ring or my wedding ring before, so that's never been an issue for me, really. Let me see. I still am getting the nausea. Still feel really sick most of the time. Not most of the time. I feel sick at least. I am sick once a day, but I feel sick. Food aversions have kicked in. Highly kicked in again. I sort of got a little respite from them during the 2nd trimester. I'm in my 3rd trimester now, and yeah, so it tends to be I will want something, we will cook something, and I start to eat it and I realise I cannot eat it. So the newest thing on my list of not eats, so my list of not eats includes mince and tatties, which is my favourite meal. Can't eat that. I discovered on Sunday that pizza, but not all pizza, just pizza that I cook at home, that is off the menu. So cheese, like really melty cheese. It's actually making me feel queasy thinking about it. But like, yeah, really melted cheese. Don't want melted cheese, please. At all. I'm obsessing over cheese and ham toasties, like old style toasties. I don't know if you do them in America, but in the UK, if you remember this, it used to be if somebody wanted a toastie, everybody had a toastie. And you had this machine that made like 4, like it would be 4 slices of bread sized. And they would make toasties. Oh my God, I'm obsessed. All I wanted was a cheese and ham toastie, but I have to reduce the amount of cheese in it. But oh yeah, I kind of want a cheese and ham toastie now, like right now. I'm really thirsty, so I've been trying to drink a lot of water. I've been drinking probably more Diet Coke than I should, but I've been trying to drink a lot of water. Let me think, other symptoms. I'm completely roasting. Like, I don't deal well with the heat. Just hot all the time. I'm remembering why I prefer long hair when pregnant, because you can put it up, but I can't really do that with this, so maybe if I get pregnant again I'll remember not to cut my hair, but I probably won't. Getting a lot of movement, quite a lot of movement really low down, so I'm not sure what that means, if anything. Probably nothing. But then I get the odd one up above my tummy, up the top of my tummy anyway. I think that's about it for symptoms. Yeah, so mental health wise, I did suffer with postnatal depression with both of my children, and I have suffered with depression and anxiety. I have anxiety currently. So I saw just like a neonatal psychiatrist who just gave me some general tips and advice. There's not really a lot they can do because it's something I've had forever, and I'm not a big fan of medication for it. This is a personal opinion. I am not like criticizing other people taking medication. I'm not a fan of how medication treats my depression and anxiety. So my anxiety has, I will say, gotten worse some points. With my first two pregnancies, I was the most paranoid, anxious, nervous person ever. Like, I was terrified something was going to happen, something's going to go wrong. And this time I don't have that, like, at all. This entire pregnancy, I've had maybe one moment where I've been like, but I haven't had that. And I honestly sort of started repeating the mantra to myself as soon as I found out I was pregnant, that fearing the worst will not stop it hurting. Like, worrying about it is not going to make it feel any better if it happened. So I was wasting my pregnancies before. Like, I wasn't wasting them, I was ruining them to a degree because I was worrying about stuff so much. So I'm just going to enjoy it, and I am. But my anxiety is sort of rearing its ugly head in other ways. Ever since I had Isaac, I can't watch zombie films. I don't know why. I can watch iZombie because it's hysterical, but I can't watch proper, like, shuffling George Romero style zombies. They terrify me. And I used to love that, but that nervous bubbly feeling that you get, I can't cope with it. So I don't watch them. And we're watching, oh, a spoiler alert here for Game of Thrones. We're watching season 6, whatever it is, the newest one. And there was a bit with that style of horror, of terror, and I had a complete panic attack, total meltdown, was crying everywhere, and went to bed and couldn't cope. That was pretty horrible. It was one of the worst panic attacks I've had in a while, in a really long time actually. But I'm dealing with it, talking to people, that helps, and we'll just hope for the best for that one. Yeah, I had a checkup, 25 plus 6 weeks. I have my notes here. In Scotland, you get this pregnancy record of notes that you take with you everywhere. They record it as well, but you get this that you keep everywhere. So, at that appointment, when I was 25 plus 6 weeks, I was measuring at 27 weeks, which is a little bit ahead. I've been measuring ahead right from when they start measuring. And baby's heartbeat was 144, which that's pretty much, at 16 weeks it was 140, and at 23 weeks it was 152, so it's pretty average, 144. See, my child is bang on what the, like, limit, where the old wives' tales as to what you're having. It's a higher heartbeat for a girl and a lower heartbeat for a boy, and they always start at like 140. Now my baby is bang on that, so I couldn't tell, like, that old wives' tale wouldn't work. So yeah, had some bloods taken at that one to check because of the itching, and I have an appointment on next week, which is to have a glucose test done. You don't automatically get that in the UK. I believe in America you do, but you don't automatically have that. but when I was pregnant with Benedict, I had gestational diabetes, and so at 28 weeks this time, which, yeah, it's a week today, no, a week yesterday I'm having it actually, I will have to have the glucose test again, because you're more likely to get gestational diabetes if you had it in a previous pregnancy. So I'm also under consultant care, which again is different from how it operates in America, from what I can gather. You see a midwife here, and then if you are referred to a consultant, you see a consultant. I have a high BMI and had gestational diabetes, so I see a consultant automatically. So I have a consultant appointment on Tuesday and a scan to check the growth of the baby, because I'm measuring big, and gestational diabetes can make you have a bigger baby, which they told me when I was pregnant with Benedict he was going to be huge, and he was actually smaller than his brother. So yeah, the last scan I had was my 20-week scan, and I also need another scan at next week, already booked, because my placenta is close to, I know, I'm not sure how they word this, because like I don't know how to phrase it, but the lower edge of the placenta is only 18 millimeters from like your cervix, and if it's too close, like too covering, you can't have a natural birth. So that was at my 20-week scan. Now often your uterus grows, and so the placenta doesn't move, but it sort of shuffles up as your uterus stretches. So they hope that that happens, because then you can have a regular birth. So I have the scan on Tuesday will be to check growth of the baby, to check the position of my placenta, because that will have an effect on my labour, and just to see the consultant again, because I do, and probably to discuss my results for the blood test for the itching, which honestly is driving me mental. Yeah, I think that is everything. So if I've missed anything out, or anybody wants to know anything, ask down below. I'm happy to share all the details. Well, not all the details, but I'm happy to share pretty much anything. So yeah, that is how my pregnancy is going so far. I am really excited. I can't wait for this baby to get here. It feels like it's just flying by. I think that's because of having 2 older children. You don't get much chance to think about the pregnancy, particularly when my eldest has autism and my middle child goes to speech therapy. So I already have so much going on, and Isaac's going to be starting school in August. Perfect timing. So we have a lot going on already, and it just feels like time is flying by. I have so many appointments and things for me, for Isaac, for school. So June is like full of appointments. July we're going on holiday, and then before I know it, it's going to be August, and my due date is the very beginning of September. So I have a lot to do. I've actually started preparing things. I always wait till I'm 24 weeks minimum before doing anything big. And so now I've taken clothes down from the loft, we've started washing them, the tiny baby clothes, oh my goodness. I've bought quite a few things, which I'll be showing in a haul video. Probably it'll either be up already or it'll be up within a week or so. Yeah, so I'm trying to get prepared while doing my usual nesting. I don't consider it nesting, because nesting is more of an involuntary action. Like, nesting is something that your body starts to make you do. Whereas when I'm pregnant, I do this thing where I'm like, oh, these are all the things I wanted to get done around the house. I need to do them now, because I'm not going to be able to, because my pelvis might start being too bad and I won't be able to get out of bed, or I won't have time. So I'm started doing that. My husband hates that, because it normally means stuff like me saying, I've had a thought about, insert a room here, and then ends with him painting something. So he's not a big fan of it. But I haven't made him paint anything yet. Yeah, but that is everything. Like I say, if anybody has questions, please ask down below and I will endeavour to answer them. And if there's any videos you'd like to see or stuff you'd like to know, again, ask me, go ahead and ask me. If I don't want to answer it, I won't, but I'm pretty happy to answer. I will show you my bump in a top. So So this is, I will zoom out. Let me see. This is my 27 plus 3 week bump. It's pretty big. You can see that's that lovely third baby thing. Yeah, I'm not showing you it without my dress on because I'm just not. I don't like that. But thank you for watching, guys, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye!